And they're off in the Chesham Stakes. Withering was a little bit slow, sweeping very quickly into stride and leads early. Point Lonsdale, the hot favourite in the purple and white, just following, sweeping. Over on the far side, Frankie Dettori on Reach for the Moon is over there with Masakela and Sheen Murphy, the dark blue sleeves and cap. Just this near side is Sharp Combo, followed by Radio Caroline. Out in Yorkshire, Great Max, the violet jacket, towards the back with Withering. So, Reach for the Moon, there's a pair of them just towards the far side. Reach for the Moon being followed by Masakela, the main body of runners up the centre of the course. Holly Doyle and Sweeping with New Science, the all-blue of Godolphin, as the field run towards halfway in the Chesham and running down towards the 3. Reach for the Moon over on the left. Point Lonsdale, the big white face in the centre in company with Withering, making a little bit of progress. New Science, Sweeping still there, the yellow and blue this near side, followed by Great Max trying to pick up, then out in Yorkshire as they run towards the 2. Reach for the Moon being challenged by New Science. Point Lonsdale is being asked some questions. Sweeping and Holly Doyle the near side. They head towards the final furlong in the Chesham. Reach for the Moon the far side in company now with Point Lonsdale getting warmer all the time. Sweeping the near side. Point Lonsdale is attacking Reach for the Moon. Reach for the Moon finds a bit more on the far side. Reach for the Moon and Point Lonsdale just drifting left. They run inside the final 50 yards. Reach for the Moon and Frankie Dettori, but Ryan Moore getting up on Point Lonsdale. It's very close. Point Lonsdale drifting left near side. Point Lonsdale from Reach for the Moon away from Sweeping in the next position ahead of Great Max.
The outcome to our first race of the day is first, number 4, Point Lonsdale.
And they're off in the Jersey Stakes of 2021. Mutasabek over on the far side started well as they split into 2 groups. Now the near side, Naval Crown up there with Memento, followed by Great King Khartoum at the back of that group with Rhythm Master, and also fairly close up on the stand side, that is Legion of Honour. Over on the far side, running freely, is Storm Damage. Storm Damage in the centre of the track at the moment and is leading the way to last year's Coventry winner Nando Parado as they've completed 2.5 furlongs. Light Refrain and Belosa in behind, and that one's racing in company with Fast Raj and Fundamental, the grey, and Mutasabek far side, Creative Force as they go past the 4. Tactical is at the back of the main group. Over in the centre of the course in company with Spy Catcher, as it is Naval Crown the near side, William Buick in company with Legion of Honour. Memento, Holly Doyle getting to work. Still Storm Damage over in the centre, leading the way there. Plenty of jockeys working very hard. Light Refrain is just in behind Belosa. Creative Force, the white cap, trying to get a bit closer as they now run inside the 2 and spread across the course here. Storm Damage flat out. Creative Force is coming to make a big challenge and taking the lead in that group. The near side Naval Crown still fighting very hard. Fundamental is picking up for Frankie, and drifting over towards this near side is Creative Force to try and tackle Naval Crown. Running on very well is Rhythm Master, and so too from the back of the field is Vardream as they come up towards the line. Creative Force in the centre under James Doyle. Creative Force won the jersey to Naval Crown ahead of a photo for 3rd. Vardream made headway in company with Rhythm Master, then Fundamental and Legion of Honour. And they're off in the Hardwicke Stakes. Alba Flora and Wonderful Tonight and Saron Priestley, the quickest 3 into stride over 1.5 miles, with Thunderous wearing the blinkers for the first time. And on the outside of the field, drawn wide, is up there with Wonderful Tonight and William Buick. Saron Priestley, yellow and red, the near side, Franny Norton. Hookham is there under Jim Crowley, with Broome just in behind. The grey and white checks, the favourite, White Face, the grey Alba Flora now in midfield with Japan past King Edward VII Stakes winner on the outside of Ilarab in search of that incredible 7-timer. Deja and Highest Ground are the back 2. Highest Ground attempting to give Sir Michael Stout an unbelievable 12th win in the Hardwicke Stakes as they're getting on for having completed their first half mile, and it is Saron Priestley, the 2019 St Ledger second, that leads the way to Thunderous, and Richard Kingscote in second. Hookham in 3rd. Wonderful Tonight, the dual Group 1 winner back in October, in 4th position. Filly and Mare Champion winner here, ahead of a couple of lengths then to Alba Flora. And Alba Flora is still running on the inside of Broome, followed by Ilarab and Tom Marquand, Japan and Wayne Lorden, and Highest Ground and Deja the back two as the field are about to head inside their final 6 furlongs here, 10 lengths front to back, with Saron Priestley setting out to make this a proper test to Thunderous in second place. Wokingham is continuing in third, and then Wonderful Tonight, the blue and yellow, followed by Broom and Ryan Moore, with Alba Flora, James Doyle on the inside of Broom, racing 2 by 2 with Ilarab and Japan the next pair, Highest Ground and Oisin Murphy and Deja and David Egan at the back as they run inside their last 4 furlongs in the Hardwicke. Saron Priestley still leading his stablemate Thunderous. The Mark Johnston pair 1 and 2. Thunderous now just getting shaken up in second. Wokingham poised in third. Wonderful Tonight likewise in fourth. Broom is next on the outside of Alba Flora. Inside the 3, Ilarab is now being pushed along. Japan is moving better than a few, and outside in 8th place. Then Highest Ground and Deja. They run towards the final 2 furlongs, and Wonderful Tonight has taken off on the outside. The filly takes over under William Buick from Wokingham, has breezed past him. Broom is then running on in third. Saron Priestley's beaten. Japan is plugging on. Wonderful Tonight leads inside the last furlong. Broom is staying on with Wokingham to try and close the filly down, but it's Wonderful Tonight in front. Broom is gaining on the outside, but Wonderful Tonight, a superb winner of the Hardwicke Stakes. Wonderful Tonight steals the show to Broom. Wokingham clear of Thunderous and Alba Flora, and then the long-time leader Saron Priestley. And they're off, and Dream of Dreams very quickly away in the Diamond Jubilee Stakes. Glen Shiel is immediately handy under Holly Doyle. Namos is showing some boot as well in company with Happy Power. Art Power is coming more towards the near side, so 2 groups, with Art Power being followed by the filly Final Song. Royal Commando tracking that, Nahar, Ventura Rebel and Summergand. They are scorching along on the near side. More towards the far side, Glen Shiel, Namos and Senala, the white sleeves, ahead of Happy Power, Sheepskin Noseband, Dream of Dreams and Garrus over on that part of the course as the field run down towards halfway in the Diamond Jubilee. The near side, Art Power and Sylvester de Souza being followed by Final Song. Holly Doyle getting at Glen Shiel, the champion sprint winner, over in the centre of the track. Happy Power following with Senala. Ryan Moore shaking up Dream of Dreams. Namos is struggling. They've run inside the 2. And Art Power the near side. Glen Shiel over in the centre. Final Song. Nahar trying to pick up in the yellow. Dream of Dreams is gaining. He's been second in the last 2 years. He's making a good fist of it again. Art Power in the centre. Dream of Dreams and Glen Shiel battling away. Dream of Dreams and Glen Shiel from Art Power. Happy Power. Garrus is running on. Dream of Dreams this time has won the Diamond Jubilee at the 3rd attempt after 2 seconds, beating the admirable Glen Shiel. Art Power, Happy Power, Garrus staying on ahead of Nahar.
And they're off for the Wokingham. And down the centre, Air Raid burst out quickly from Desert Safari. Zargun shows speed. Ra Ebb leading towards the far side. 2 groups emerging, and Desert Safari going towards the far side, tracked there by Air Raid. Last year's winner, Hay Jones, in the blue headgear, followed by Ra Ebb. And then behind those is Above. On the right of the group is Fresh. Gulliver just in front of Fresh. Then King's Lynn in that far side group. So too Pendleton, Chief of Chiefs and Barbill, and Rohaan at the back of the far side group. Over on the stand side, it's very competitive with Zargun right there down the centre. Punch Bowl Flyer. Also coming with a run is Lampang, and challenging hard on this stand side also is Danzino. They're chased by Indigo Balance and Aberama Gold and Ropey Guest. And at the back of that field is Mr. Lumpton inside the final furlong and a half. And on the far side, Desert Safari. Hay Jonesy coming through again, last year's winner. Also with Gulliver. King's Lynn trying to get there. Fresh is running on, and Rohaan as they race now inside the final furlong. The action on the far side. Fresh down the centre. Rohaan, the 3-year-old, is doing best. What a performance! Rohaan wins the Wokingham. Off for the Golden Gates handicap. 1 or 2 riders really driving their mounts along. Frankie Dettori wants to get really handy on King Frankel, and he's beginning to work his way into a good position now with Stay Well in the yellow blue cap, Visualization in the orange, Pythagoras, and up the inside Fantastic Fox, a bit of a charge on early. Baton Rouge and Ryan Moore caught out a bit deep in the blue and orange jacket, followed by Glentanius near the inside is C-Set as they run round Swinley Bottom. Further back to Sarumi Without Revenge on the inside is quite keen from Irish legend Alfadel, and Fox's Tails in the hands of Oisin Murphy, the back marker. For the same ownership, King Power Racing, Fantastic Fox takes them along now by a couple of lengths to Stay Well in second. Another 2 lengths to Visualization in that orange jacket from Pythagoras. Then King Frankel followed out wide by Baton Rouge. Glentanius, C-set towards the inside, followed up the inside by Without Revenge. And then Sarumi, River Olwen in the yellow and red jacket is behind these. Towards the rear, Irish Legend, also Alfadel, and lastly, Fox's Tails. Racing towards the centre of the course, they're about to tack across towards the inside as the home bend looms up. Less than a half mile left to cover, and it's Fantastic Fox who's slightly loose on the lead here. Fantastic Fox by 4 lengths to Stay Well in second. Pythagoras round the inside of Visualization, then King Frankel to the outside. Glentanius behind these Without Revenge, C-set. Baton Rouge still caught out very wide from River Olwen. Sarumi, and then Alfadel. Fox's Tails will go for a run up the far side from Irish Legend. Fantastic Fox comes back to the field. King Frankel and Visualization challenging down the outside. Visualization doing well, and Fox's Tails has burst through on the far side up the far running rail. Sat last, Oisin Murphy is clear on the far side. Visualization, then King Frankel and Irish Legend. Fox's Tails now veering violently left-handed, but out clear by 3 lengths, and Fox's Tails goes on to win. And Oisin Murphy will be the leading rider at Royal Ascot 2021. Visualization second. Third was Irish Legend, then King Frankel and Without Revenge. It's 2 miles 5.5 furlongs, and they begin their epic journey here. 2 miles 5.5. It's the longest flat race in the calendar. Barbados is amongst the leaders. Staghorn in the yellow with the blue cap. Towards the inside, Mirando showing up well. One of the 2 greys. The other grey, Monette in the black jacket, is not far behind either. Green Book in the red colours towards the outside early on, Calling the Wind with a white blaze, just about the widest runner. Falconate is being settled in the second half of the field by Frankie Dettori as they cover the first 3 furlongs, and it's Staghorn from Green Book in second. On the inside then, Who Dares Wins, the winner 12 months ago in the white with the red seams from Calling the Wind, and then Mirando and Barbados, then the Grand Vizier and Manette and Single to the outside in the light green and pink colours. Further back in the field then is Cleonte towards the inside. Falcon 8, To Be Wild, and Table Mountain is just about the back marker in these still very early stages. Heading towards the grandstand, and it's Staghorn and Holly Doyle by a couple of lengths to Green Book in second. Who Dares Wins and Tom Marquand third on the rail from Calling the Wind, and then Mirando. And then behind these is Barbados out wide of the Grand Vizier, followed by Stratum in the blue and white hoop cap. For Godolphin on the inside, Oisin Murphy on Global Heat. And then back to Manette and Cleonte. Single, Falconate is third last, second last, To Be Wild, and finally Table Mountain. So racing towards the judge now with just over a circuit to go, and they're pretty well strung out in what is bound to be a real stamina test in the ground today. And it's Staghorn that leads the way. Staghorn by just over a length to Green Book in second. Who Dares Wins is on the inside, a handy third, followed by Calling the Wind and then Mirando. Barbados and the Grand Vizier, a couple of lengths to the midfield runners, Global Heat, and on the outside of Global Heat is Stratum. And then back to Manette and Cleonte and Single, Falconate, To Be Wild, Table Mountain. There'll be a good 15, maybe 20 lengths first to last as they pass the 1.5 mile point from the finish and running downhill now on their journey towards Swinley Bottom. It's Staghorn that continues to lead the way to Green Book in second. Who Dares Wins. In fourth place, Calling the Wind on the outside. Mirando the Grey is fifth on the inside of Barbados. Then the Grand Vizier and Stratum. The next of the Greys, Manette, is wide of Global Heat, followed by Single. And then on the inside, Cleonte. To Be Wild is out wide. Falconate is just about second last now. And right out the back, still towards the rear of the field, is Table Mountain. Running on towards the final mile, and when they get past the mile marker, they'll be swinging left-handed at the bottom part of the racecourse, and it's Staghorn still out in front, just racing away from the inside running rail from Green Book on the outside. Then Who Dares Wins. Calling the Wind is fourth, and then Mirando on the inside. Barbados, the Grand Vizier, Stratum, Manette to be wild out wide. Global Heat next, followed by Single, Cleonte, Falconate still ridden very quietly, and 4 or 5 lengths to Table Mountain. They're on their way now towards the final 3/4 of a mile. So they've just covered nearly 2 miles, and Staghorn has led all the way. From in second, Green Book. In third is Who Dares Wins. Calling the Wind is fourth on the outside. And then Mirando, followed by Barbados. To Be Wild on the outside of the Grand Vizier. And these are tracked by Stratum, Single, Manette, Global Heat. Falconate is now beginning to improve towards the outside. Red Cap worn by Frankie Dettori. And out the back is Table Mountain. On their way now towards the final half mile, and still Staghorn and Green Book just have a couple of lengths or so on the field. Staghorn and Holly Doyle on the inside of Green Book and Ben Curtis. Calling the Wind into third, Mirando into fourth, then Barbados. Who Dares Wins, the Grand Vizier, and Stratum behind these, and they're followed by Single. Falconate has an enormous task from there as they race up the straight. It's Staghorn coming under pressure. Red Jacket, Green Book, but between the two, Calling the Wind has come there cantering inside the final quarter mile. Stratum stays on out wide from Mirando and the Grand Vizier. Calling the Wind took it up, but immediately challenged now by Stratum and Ryan Moore, surely delivering the winning challenge. Stratum begins to power clear, 3 lengths clear of Calling the Wind, and the Grand Vizier and Ryan Moore will end the week on a winner here in the Queen Alexandra, with Stratum who clears away.